my name is Amanda. Welcome to my channel. So this is my Sims-A-Thon wrap-up, which was so much fun. However, I did not finish every single book. This was kind of a slow month for me as far as reading goes. I blame Merge Dragons, which is kind of my favorite game. So yeah, I've just been kind of vegging out playing Merge Dragons and headaches and just all kinds of stuff. So I kind of blame it on that, but I did end up totaling everything and I got 21 points, and I am in the process of reading a couple of the other books, but you'll probably see them in another read-a-thon in the future. You'll probably see some of these. I don't know. It depends on how my reading goes in August. Let me go ahead and get my handy dandy notebook, because I want to go ahead and tell you guys what I read, which is somewhere in the my book is falling apart, guys. It's falling apart. What am I gonna do with myself? Okay, hold on. Okay. The first one was Create a Sim. Read a book first in a series, and I read The Similars by Rebecca Hanover. I actually really enjoyed that book. The cover drew me in whenever I got it through NetGalley, and I was not wrong. It was really, really good. It's about these originals, which is basically like you and I. They have clones, and there was only 6 or 7 families that ended up getting a clone, and they ended up going to the same high school eventually as the original ones that they were cloned from. And the difference was a girl's best friend ended up passing away, and so his similar came to that school, and it was just very awkward for everybody. It was really, really good. The twist I did expect, but other than that, it was really, really good, and I definitely would continue on with the series whenever the next book comes out. The second book is Buy a House, Read a Contemporary or a Book Set in Our World, and it was called Any Second by Kevin Emerson. I loved this book also. I don't remember what it was about, but I really did enjoy it. I'm drawing a blank on what it was about. Renovate, Read a Retelling, How to Fracture a Fairy Tale by Jane Yolen. I did not like that book. Jane Yolen is just simply not for me. I just didn't like it. I mean, it was, I don't want to say that I hated it. I think I gave it like 2 or 3 stars. It was just little short, tiny stories. Fairy tales, and it's just, I don't know. Some of them were good, most of them were just okay. Just, I would not go out of my way for that book, for sure. The next one is Get a Job, which I chose writer, and it's Read a New to You author, and I read Undaunted by Jackie Spire, I think is how you say her last name, and that right there really kind of set me down a spiral, a YouTube and Netflix and Hulu spiral, wanting to learn everything that there is to know about Jonestown, because I was not aware of what she went through. However, I do have to say a lot of it is more about her than about Jonestown, but yet what happened to her in Jonestown, it really kind of keeps you interested and really makes you feel bad for her, and the more you learn about it, the sadder you get. I do not personally recommend watching or listening to the hour-long thing about what happened in Jonestown while it was happening. I did, and I shouldn't have done it, because I was not right for a couple days after that. I was not right. It got me depressed. It's just, it was, reading about it and listening to it are 2 completely different things. He was really kind of just, wow. He was not right in the head at all. Make a Friend, Read a book that features friendships, and I chose The Nursery by Bill Thompson, and I loved this book. I love spooky books, and it's about this guy who goes ahead and buys this house, but the thing is, with this house, he gets a really, really great deal on it, and he isn't exactly sure why, but he asks some questions, and there were stipulations on this house. This woman that passed away, whenever she owned it, before she passed away, she said that that they cannot sell this house for 50 years. And not only that, there's a locked room, and no one can change anything in that locked room, and no one could find the key to this room at all. One of the little girls, she hears a voice, and which is his daughter, hears a voice that tells her where the key is. And so she finds the key, and she takes it to her dad and tells her dad that she found the key. So they go into it, and it ends up being like a nursery for twins. And for a long time they didn't change anything, and then an imaginary friend happens, just all kinds of stuff happens, and it's really creepy. And there's another side story also, which happens probably about halfway into the book, maybe a little bit more, where you find out one of the characters has been pretty much stalked. So you find out more about that. So it was a really good book, and I definitely am going to be continuing on with this series because I love this series. The next one is Get a Promotion. Read a book you think will be 5 stars. Oh my god. Kingsbane by Claire Legrand. I think I'm done with getting really high hopes for books, because this was not good at all. I was bored to tears until probably about the last 20%, and the last 20% is what allowed me to give it to as high a rating as I did, which I think was 3 stars. But the rest of it, it was just so bad. I don't understand how a first book could be so amazing and the second one just be so dead. I really think that she should have taken a whole lot longer and just changed the whole story. It just didn't have the same, it just wasn't the same. There was nothing gripping about it, nothing that kept you on the edge of your seat. It really just wasn't good, and that's probably my most disappointing book, because I did expect it to be 5 stars. And the next one is Fall in Love. Read a book with a romance element, and this is called Unbroken by Brooklyn Ray. Okay, this premise is going to sound very strange, okay? This is about a guy who moves in with his sister, and there's in this house, there's this locked room, and in this locked room, he meets a ghost. And this ghost used to be a warlock, and now he is a ghost who is, I guess he's bound to a demon, and it's very strange. They end up getting into a relationship, and there's a lot of hanky-panky, There is warning for a lot of like blood play and suicide, like thoughts of suicide and self-harm and things like that. And I hate to say that it was entertaining, because it was entertaining, and I gave it 3 stars, 3.5 stars. It was weird. It was very weird, and something that I've never read before, but I was entertained from beginning to end, and I was upset that I was entertained from beginning to end. It makes me want to read more Brooklyn Ray. I don't know. I feel kind of strange saying that. I mean, a warlock ghost demon. I just, and of course the warlock has got a familiar, and so you see the familiar later, and it's bizarre but fun. And the last book that I read actually was not part of my original TBR, and that was Eat a Cookie, Read a Book Under 200 Pages, and I read Doublecrossed by Jeffrey Deaver. It's really, really short. My friend Jessica went ahead and told me that I need to get this. It was a book that was on Prime, and so I read it. Really, 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 really short, but it was really to the point, and it was just a very quick moving story, and I felt very satisfied at the end of this, even though it was like 20 pages or something crazy like that. So definitely, maybe this was 22 points, I think, is how many this was. Pretty sure it was 22 points, maybe 21. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to the points. So maybe I'll finish another book by the time that this one is over. I have no idea. But as of right now, this is what I have done, and I'm filming this a couple days early, so, you know, it is what it is. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And just so you guys know, next month I'm not going to have a book wrap-up at the end of the month. I will do a book wrap-up in the middle of August, though, for July. So hopefully that is okay, because you guys really kind of don't have a choice. So, you know, it is what it is. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!